The Magnificent Seven, 1960, stands as one of the most iconic Western films ever made, a timeless classic that redefined the genre with its unforgettable characters, stirring heroism, and legendary ensemble cast. In this video, we look back at the remarkable actors who brought this epic story to life and pay tribute to the stars who have since passed away. From their powerful performances to the lasting influence they left on cinema history, we honor their contributions and celebrate the legacy they helped build. Join us as we remember the men who made The Magnificent Seven an enduring masterpiece for generations of movie fans. Yul Brynner, born on July 11, 1920, portrayed Chris Larrabee Adams in The Magnificent Seven, 1960, starting when he was 40 years old. Chris Adams was the central figure and leader of the seven hired gunmen, a man of profound moral authority, quiet intensity, and professional skill, who agrees to defend the poor Mexican village from bandits. Brynner's iconic bald look, imposing physique, and commanding presence defined the character, making him the definitive figure of the ensemble Western and a model for cinematic leaders. His leadership and sense of responsibility were the driving forces behind the film's central narrative and ultimate sacrifice. In the film, Chris Adams survived the final confrontation, riding away with the surviving gunmen. In real life, Yul Brynner enjoyed a monumental and highly celebrated career, spanning from 1941 to 1986, achieving monumental success across stage, film, and television. He is globally famous for his Oscar-winning performance as King Mongkut in The King and I, 1956, a role he performed over 400-600 times on stage throughout his life, becoming inextricably linked to the character. Brynner was a versatile artist, working successfully as a director, musician, and photographer. His life before his death was characterized by his active role in the industry, continuing to tour with The King and I even after his cancer diagnosis, and famously delivering a strong anti-smoking message in his final public video. Yul Brynner passed away on October 10, 1985, at the age of 65. The cause of his death was lung cancer. Following his death, he was laid to rest at Abbaye Royale Saint-Michel de Bois-Aubry in Louzé, France. Eli Wallach, born on December 7, 1915, played Calvera in The Magnificent Seven, 1960, starting when he was 44 years old. Calvera was the relentless, charismatic, and cruel leader of the bandits who regularly terrorized the Mexican village, commanding a large, fearsome force. Wallach brought his legendary character acting skill and intense dramatic energy to the role, utilizing his mastery of nuance and dark humor to make Calvera a complex and utterly memorable antagonist capable of both cruelty and calculated charm. His commanding presence as the primary villain provided the necessary threat and motive for the entire story, establishing the high stakes of the conflict. Calvera died on screen, meeting his end in the climactic gun battle. In real life, Eli Wallach enjoyed a monumental and highly respected career, spanning from 1945 to 2010, working extensively and successfully in theater, film, and television. A veteran and founding member of the prestigious Actors Studio, he won a Tony Award and was celebrated throughout his life for his versatility and commitment to the method school of acting. He is globally famous for his iconic role as the cunning Mexican bandit Tuco the Ugly in Sergio Leone's classic spaghetti western The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, 1966. Wallach received an honorary Academy Award in 2010 for his lifetime of service to the screen. His life before his death was characterized by his dedication to his craft, remaining professionally active well into his 90s. Eli Wallach passed away on June 24, 2014, at the remarkable age of 98. The cause of his death was natural causes. Following his death, he was cremated with his ashes returned to his family. Steve McQueen, born on March 24, 1930, portrayed Vin Tanner in The Magnificent Seven, 1960, starting when he was 30 years old. Vin Tanner was the cynical, perpetually bored, sharpshooting drifter who joins the seven mercenaries, providing necessary comic relief and professional expertise. McQueen's portrayal of the anti-hero, defined by his cool, laconic demeanor, restless energy, and famous habit of rolling a piece of paper in his mouth, helped define his screen persona, instantly earning him the nickname the King of Cool. Vin survived the final confrontation in the film. In real life, Steve McQueen enjoyed an exceptionally successful and influential career spanning from 1953 to 1980, becoming one of the world's biggest film stars during the 1960s and 1970s. His status was cemented by iconic box office smash roles in films like The Great Escape, 1963, The Sand Pebbles, 1966, for which he received an Academy Award nomination, and the groundbreaking action film Bullitt, 1968, featuring one of cinema's most famous car chases. His career was marked by his intense passion for motorcycle and car racing, which became an integral part of his tough, rebellious public image. His life before his death was tragically cut short by illness, leading to unconventional attempts to seek treatment abroad. Steve McQueen passed away on November 7, 1980, at the age of 50. The cause of his death was a heart attack caused by complications from mesothelioma-related surgery. Following his death, his ashes were scattered near his home in Santa Paula, California, U.S. Charles Bronson, born on November 3, 1921, played Bernardo O'Reilly in The Magnificent Seven, 1960, starting when he was 38 years old. Bernardo O'Reilly was the half-Irish, half-Mexican mercenary and former coal miner who was persuaded to join the group, bringing an element of quiet moral struggle, fatherly devotion, and intense professionalism to the plot. Bronson's tough, intensely recognizable granite-featured presence lent considerable dramatic weight to the ensemble, particularly in his moving interactions with the village children, who saw him as a hero. Bernardo died on screen during the final battle, a pivotal sacrifice that emphasized the high moral cost of the defense. In real life, Charles Bronson enjoyed a monumental career spanning from 1951 to 1999, achieving massive international stardom, particularly in Europe, before becoming a major star in America. He is globally famous for his iconic role as the vigilante Paul Kersey in the controversial and highly successful Death Wish series, which cemented his image as an implacable action star. His career included roles in major ensemble films like The Great Escape, 1963, and Sergio Leone's classic Western Once Upon a Time in the West, 1968. His life before his death was characterized by his decades of tireless reserved work in Hollywood and Europe, maintaining his status as one of cinema's most dependable tough guy actors. Charles Bronson passed away on August 30, 2003, at the age of 81. The cause of his death was respiratory failure complicated by pneumonia and Alzheimer's disease. Following his death, he was laid to rest at Brownsville Cemetery in West Windsor, Vermont, U.S. Robert Vaughn, born on November 22, 1932, portrayed Lee in The Magnificent Seven, 1960, starting when he was 28 years old. Lee was the fifth member of the mercenary group, a handsome gunman haunted by the loss of his reputation and struggling with profound self-doubt and fear. Vaughn's performance was marked by a quiet, intense, dramatic complexity, establishing Lee as the most psychologically vulnerable of the seven heroes. His character arc revolved around finding the courage to overcome his inner demons and regain his honor. Lee died on screen, sacrificing himself during the final confrontation to save the villagers, a pivotal act of redemption that resolved his inner turmoil. In real life, Robert Vaughn enjoyed an immensely long and successful career, spanning from 1952 to 2017, achieving stardom both on screen and on stage. He received critical recognition and an Academy Award nomination early in his career for his performance in The Young Philadelphians, 1959. Vaughn became a global sensation for his iconic role as the sophisticated secret agent Napoleon Solo in the hugely popular espionage series The Man from UNCLE, 1964-1968. His career spanned over 6 decades later, joining the main cast of the British series Hustle. His life before his death was characterized by his dedication to acting, his academic pursuits, holding a PhD in communications, and his outspoken political activism. Robert Vaughn passed away on November 11, 2016, at the age of 83. The cause of his death was acute leukemia. Following his death, he was laid to rest at Ridgewood Cemetery in Massachusetts, U.S. Brad Dexter, born on April 9, 1917, played Harry Luck in The Magnificent Seven, 1960, starting when he was 43 years old. Harry Luck was the cynical mercenary, motivated purely by the firm expectation of finding a hidden treasure or fortune, a character whose professional greed provided a necessary thematic counterpoint to the moral motives of Chris Adams and the other gunmen. Dexter's presence brought a rugged, skeptical energy to the role, effectively portraying the cynical, financially focused element of the group. Harry died on screen during the final battle, a death that served as a thematic moment of irony, realizing too late that the true reward lay in the sacrifice, not the gold. In real life, Brad Dexter enjoyed a career spanning from 1950 to 1993, working primarily in film and television roles alongside his later career as a producer. While his acting career was solid, he gained significant public notoriety in 1964 for his heroic action of saving his close friend, superstar Frank Sinatra, from drowning off the coast of Hawaii during a production break for the film None But the Brave, an event that cemented his reputation for bravery and personal loyalty within Hollywood. His later career was defined by his work as a producer, notably working on several productions associated with Frank Sinatra's companies. Brad Dexter passed away on December 11, 2002, at the age of 85. The cause of his death was following a long illness. Following his death, he was laid to rest at Hollywood Forever Cemetery in Los Angeles, California, U.S. James Coburn, born on August 31, 1928, portrayed Britt in The Magnificent Seven, 1960, starting when he was 32 years old. Britt was the 4th member of the mercenary group, a soft-spoken master knife thrower and gunman who embodies professional detachment and lethal skill. Coburn's cool, laconic style and tall, lean presence made him a standout among the ensemble, perfectly establishing the quiet intensity and effortless competence of his character. Britt died on screen during the final confrontation, a memorable sacrifice where he kills several bandits before being overwhelmed. In real life, James Coburn enjoyed a long and highly successful career, spanning from 1957 to 2002, becoming one of Hollywood's major action stars during the 1960s and 70s. His status as the King of Cool's rival was cemented by his roles in films like The Great Escape 1963 and the stylish spy film Our Man Flint 1966. After years of battling severe rheumatoid arthritis, which slowed his career, he made a triumphant return and won an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for Affliction, 1997. His life before his death was characterized by his dedication to his craft and his eventual dramatic career resurgence. James Coburn passed away on November 18, 2002, at the age of 74. The cause of his death was a heart attack. Following his death, he was laid to rest at Westwood Village Memorial Park Cemetery in Los Angeles, California, U.S. Jorge Martinez de Hoyos, born on September 25, 1920, played Hilario in The Magnificent Seven, 1960, starting when he was 40 years old. Hilario was the elderly wise and highly respected elder of the Mexican village, who first convinces Chris Adams to take up their desperate cause against the bandits. Martinez de Hoyos brought authentic gravitas and quiet dignity to the pivotal role representing the moral plea for help and the desperate plight of the villagers. His presence grounded the heroic action in the real-world suffering of the community. Hilario survived the film's climax, witnessing the bandits' defeat. In real life, Jorge Martinez de Hoyos enjoyed a respected and lengthy career spanning from 1947 to 1997, working extensively in both Mexican cinema and high-profile Hollywood productions. He was a veteran actor, celebrated for his versatility and powerful dramatic performances in Spanish-language films, earning several Ariel Awards, Mexico's equivalent of the Oscars. His notable English-language credits include the epic adventure film The Adventurers, 1970. His career was a bridge between the golden age of Mexican film and international productions. His life before his death was characterized by his dedication to his craft on both sides of the border. Jorge Martinez de Hoyos passed away on May 23, 1997, at the age of 76. The cause of his death was following a long illness. Following his death, he was laid to rest in Mexico City, Mexico. Vladimir Sokolov, born on December 26, 1889, portrayed the old man in The Magnificent Seven, 1960, starting when he was 70 years old. The old man was the revered elder of the Mexican village, who played a crucial, though small, role in persuading the villagers to fight for their freedom and inspiring the mercenaries to take up the cause. Sokolov, a veteran actor with a background in the esteemed Moscow Art Theater, brought immense dramatic experience and quiet dignity to the role, symbolizing the timeless wisdom and moral plight of the community. His profound presence grounded the heroic action in the real stakes of peasant life and motivated the mercenaries' final sacrifice. The old man survived the film's climax. In real life, Vladimir Sokolov enjoyed a long and distinguished international career, spanning from 1932 to 1970, working extensively on the stage in Russia and Europe before settling in Hollywood. He became a highly prolific character actor, often cast as foreign nationals, Europeans, or figures of authority. His notable film credits include the acclaimed film For Whom the Bell Tolls, 1943, and The Life of Émile Zola, 1937. His career was a successful bridge between the European stage tradition and the golden age of Hollywood cinema. His life before his death was characterized by his decades of steady, respected character work. Vladimir Sokolov passed away on February 15, 1962, at the remarkable age of 72. The cause of his death was following a long illness. Following his death, he was laid to rest at Westwood Village Memorial Park Cemetery in Los Angeles, California, U.S. Rosenda Monteros, born on August 31st, 1935, played Petra in The Magnificent Seven, 1960, starting when she was 24 years old. Petra was one of the strong-willed young women of the Mexican village, serving as a romantic interest for one of the gunmen and symbolizing the courage and hope of the community. Monteros brought youthful energy and passionate intensity to the pivotal role representing the villagers' desperation and their eventual resolve to take up arms alongside the mercenaries. Her presence was vital in illustrating the moral complexities and personal connections forged during the defense of the village. Petra survived the final battle. In real life, Rosenda Monteros enjoyed a successful international career spanning from 1953 to 1993, working extensively in both Mexican cinema and high-profile international film productions. She was a respected Mexican actress who appeared in numerous Spanish-language films, including Luis Buñuel's classic Nazarene, 1959. Her ability to cross over into Hollywood productions showcased her talent and versatility on an international stage, making her a significant figure in both industries. Her life before her death was characterized by her dedication to acting and her commitment to the Mexican film community. Rosenda Monteros passed away on December 29, 2018, at the age of 83. The cause of her death was following a long illness. Following her death, she was laid to rest in Mexico City, Mexico. John A. Alonzo, born on June 12, 1934, portrayed Miguel in The Magnificent Seven, 1960, starting when he was 26 years old. Miguel was one of the many villagers who suffered under the bandits' oppression, representing the plight of the community and the necessity of the mercenaries' intervention. Although a minor acting role, Alonzo's presence contributed to the authentic ensemble of the threatened village. Miguel survived the final battle. In real life, John A. Alonzo enjoyed a distinguished career spanning from 1957 to 2001, which uniquely transitioned from acting to becoming one of Hollywood's most respected and innovative cinematographers. After his early acting appearances, he dedicated himself to cinematography, achieving global acclaim and receiving an Academy Award nomination for his groundbreaking work on the neo-noir classic Chinatown, 1974. His striking visual work also defined films like Harold and Maude, 1971, and the iconic crime drama Scarface, 1983. His life before his death was characterized by his dedication to the visual arts of filmmaking, leaving behind a profound legacy in cinematic visual style. John A. Alonzo passed away on March 13, 2001, at the age of 66. The cause of his death was cancer. Following his death, he was laid to rest at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Hollywood Hills, California, U.S. Enrique Lucero, born on October 9, 1917, played a villager in The Magnificent Seven, 1960, starting when he was 43 years old. Lucero portrayed one of the many unnamed villagers who bravely endured the cycle of terror inflicted by Calvera's bandits. His role, though minor, was crucial in establishing the emotional reality and quiet suffering of the community the seven gunmen were hired to protect. Lucero's presence lent authenticity and dramatic weight to the emotional plea of the film. He survived the climax. In real life, Enrique Lucero enjoyed a prolific career spanning from 1948 to 1989, working extensively in Mexican cinema and appearing in numerous international film productions. He was a veteran character actor, celebrated for his versatility and dependable performances across a wide array of genres. His notable English-language credits include his appearance in The Magnificent Seven and the horror sequel The Exorcist II: The Heretic, 1977. His career was a staple of Mexican film, where he worked with many acclaimed directors. His life before his death was characterized by his nearly 4 decades of consistent work in film. Enrique Lucero passed away on May 9, 1989, at the age of 71. The cause of his death was following a long illness. Following his death, he was laid to rest in Mexico City, Mexico. Val Avery, born on July 14, 1924, portrayed Henry in The Magnificent Seven, 1960, starting when he was 36 years old. Henry was a minor character who served as the cynical, uncooperative scout, whom Chris Adams and Vin Tanner first encounter when seeking the town they are meant to defend. Avery brought his distinct, gritty, New York-style acting presence to the Western role, effectively portraying the kind of skeptical, less-than-heroic figure often found in the frontier's periphery. His brief role was pivotal in establishing the initial conflict and tone. Henry survived the film's events. In real life, Val Avery enjoyed a lengthy and highly prolific career spanning from 1953 to 2004, establishing himself as one of Hollywood's most reliable character actors. He appeared in over 100 films and countless television shows, often specializing in playing tough urban characters, gangsters, cops, and bumbling henchmen. Avery was a favorite of director John Huston and appeared in major classic films such as Papillon 1973 and the Oscar-winning caper, The Sting 1973. His career was characterized by his dedication to supporting roles always lending authenticity and a recognizable, slightly gruff demeanor to his parts. His life before his death was marked by his decades of consistent character work across multiple genres. Val Avery passed away on December 12, 2009, at the age of 85. The cause of his death was following a long illness. Following his death, he was laid to rest at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Hollywood Hills, California, U.S. Who's your favorite character from The Magnificent Seven? It's always tough to say goodbye to beloved cast members who are no longer with us. How does that make you feel? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you're enjoying our content, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated. We appreciate having you in our community.